So I'm working with a guy off of a Facebook group who is having an issue, and I hope this is going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a video he uploaded to a Facebook group while he's doing this carve, and I hope the sound comes through.
I'm trying to find out why my carve, which is running oh so perfectly until it gets over to this side, and then why does it dip down like that? It doesn't do it anywhere else other than along this right hand side. It's not programmed in there. It's not going to affect my carve really much, because once I get the...
So what we can see here is the tool came over and then it plunged down here, and as we watch the video it's going to be prevalent over off to the left as well. So let's just go ahead and play that.
Once we go to a cutout, the cutout's going to go all around here, I believe. But why is it cutting straight down like this all the way through?
So you see we have it plunging here as well. So I was looking at his file in Aspire, and here is the roughing toolpath, and if we spin it around we can see there are no plunge cuts. We turn that toolpath off, turn the first finishing on, which is, let's look over here, here's the information, but as we can see it does not plunge anywhere around the diameter of this part. But now if we go into the second finish pass and we look at it, so here's the center, here's down, and as we look over here we can see that there are plunge cuts all the way around here, and this is further than the video let us see, but we can see there are plunge cuts all the way around here, but there are none over on this side. And if we look at the information for this, we're doing model boundary. So it's trying to decipher what is the model boundary. And if we go straight down and we look off to the right, we can see all these plunge cuts with this tool doing what it's doing. So the way I would fix this is if we go into the 2D view, we can come over here and zoom in. We can start seeing where the model juts in. That's not what I want. Go away, go away. Here, let's just scroll down. So we can see how the software is trying to figure out where the model is, but whatever tool he is using would actually fit in between these little gaps. And what I know about this model is if we look up here, 16 inches. So let's zoom way out and let's just draw a circle from the center out, and you notice I didn't go as far, but let's just do 16 inches. So we're typing in the diameter here. We can now see that this curve is a lot better than what the model tried to display. I'm getting a little lost for words here. But if we double click on this and we change it from model boundary to selected vector, and then we choose this and we calculate, it's going to do basically about the same thing, even though our vector that we created is more of an arc than what this is. So we can see here that it's still going to try and do those plunge cuts. And if we look almost all the way around, we can see that it's still trying to do plunge cuts. So if we come over here and we click the arc that we made and we offset it, I'm going to offset it 0.02. We're not deleting anything, we're going inward. So if we offset that, so now we have this curve that does not break the model to the white areas. So basically the gray to the white. So now if we select this curve here, we'll recalculate that. So when we double clicked on that, it went to the original arc. So now let's click on this and calculate. And it's going to take a second. I'm going to drink some beer. Alright, so it calculated, and if we go around this, we can see that we no longer have the Z depth of cuts, which he was showing in his video. There are no longer any Z minus plunge cuts in here. And then, and actually we can just preview this, which we, and I'm sorry, we really can't do that. We have to do it in steps. So we'll select all three of these, preview video, visible. We can see that we no longer have any of those Z plunges down to the material thickness. And that was one of the things that I noticed when he sent me the setup for this, was we have, and if we go to our setup, we have a 1 inch thickness, and the second pass was going literally 1 inch deep because it was trying to do those plunges down the sides. So now all we have to do is on this finished cutout pass, what we need to do is come up here, go to our 2D view. Instead of doing this, let's just click or select our vector that is inside of the model and calculate. It's saying we're going below the depth of the material because we always go a little bit below so we know we cut through. And we have tabs on this, so let's preview visible toolpath. Seeing as we have tabs on this, we cannot double click the waste material because it's all still connected. But there we go. We've eliminated the finish pass Z plunges, and we've also told the profile pass to cut this out on the same vector, which is this one instead of this one. I hope that makes sense. But just by bringing the profile vector, or the, as it says, the machining limited or limit boundary, we're selecting a vector that we made. We're not relying on the STL file or whatever was imported to make this, because it's an amazing STL file. I'm not going to lie, it's an amazing 3D model, but we told it where we wanted it to cut, and we also double checked by looking at, and here again, let me just recalculate this toolpath. So that was the model boundary there. So if we just select model boundary and we calculate, we can come over here and look and see that the model boundary is going off of the relief, but it may say that, yeah, there are some places where I can go down the depth of material, because if we look here, this is our bottom of our material, but it's on this side, but not really on this side. So David, I hope this helps, and hopefully somebody else gets something from this as well.